Hey YouTube, Lazy Tuesday here. Just a quick video about eczema. Um, I have we have an 11-year-old boy with eczema, and his outbreaks would be really bad. I mean, painful just to see him. Scratching all the time, can't relieve the irritation, swelling. And we took him to his doctor, and of course, they always recommend steroid creams. Prescription for steroid creams, cortisone lotions, and stuff like that. That really doesn't help. I mean, it helps with the irritation and the swelling, but it really does nothing for the problem. Okay, uh, his doctor wouldn't. I asked my wife, maybe we should have him tested for food allergies. Maybe he's allergic to something. We didn't know. Uh, His doctor never wanted to do a skin test because he said that he had to be clear first, because when they do those testings, I guess they inject actual proteins, and they didn't want the irritation to get worse or his condition worse. If they would inject those things, it's something that he may be allergic to and make it worse. So of course the doctor would say, like, we can't do it until he clears up. Well, he'd never clear up. And one day we ran into his doctor at the store, and my wife said, well, I'm going to go tell him. And she went and said, hey doctor, this is my boy. And she's like, oh, hi. He's like, what happened to him? And my wife told him. She's like, well, that's his condition, his eczema, but you never wanted to order the skin test. She's like, okay, we'll order a skin test. And well, before that, we wanted to send him to a dermatologist, and he wouldn't. He just wouldn't do that. And I guess they're too proud. They can't fix something, or they don't know enough about something, and they'd hate to refer you to somebody else. Well, he finally said, oh, okay, yeah, I'll write you the referral on Monday. We got a referral to a dermatologist, and of course we went out of town for that. They ended up giving him 40 milligrams of Kenalog. Uh, the dermatologist said that it was an autoimmune problem, and I said, well, what's that? And he's like, his immune system's actually attacking his own body. So they gave him 40 milligrams of that Kenalog. My boy was like, can you help me? He's like, yeah, we're going to help you. We're going to help you. You're going to get better. Okay, after that injection, a couple of days later, he started clearing up. Not completely, but significantly. Okay, and well, we were all excited and everything, and but unfortunately, that only lasted about 4 or 5 days, and it started coming back up. We made another appointment. We went out of town again. They said, we're going to give him another 40 milligrams of Kenalog, and that's the adult dosage for an 11-year-old boy. And they said, well, what this injection is actually going to do, it's going to suppress his immune system so it doesn't attack his own body. And I didn't know much about that, but you go with what the doctor says. So that only lasted about maybe 5 days again, and is started coming back up again. So my wife's like, well, they wanted to see us after 30 days. I said, no, we're not going to go. They're just going to want to give him another injection or keep him on steroid creams. Which a little boy, I mean, it's bad enough for an adult. A little boy shouldn't be exposed to steroid creams and cortisones and all that. And I started reading about eczema and stuff like that, and I started thinking, well, yeah, some doctors say it's an autoimmune problem, but I'm like, well, why do they give you an injection of Kenalog to suppress the immune system when apparently the immune system, inflammation on the skin, it's either toxins that want to be released because the body can't get them out, the kidneys, your lymph system's clogged up, and they can't get rid of all those toxins and wastes. So your skin's like the third kidney, so it's going to do that job, and all those toxins are going to want to come out through your skin, through your pores. Of course, with all that acid and those toxins, whatever, it's going to irritate and burn your skin, thus causing inflammation and all that. And I'm like, why do these doctors, they want to suppress the immune system when actually the immune system's warning you by inflaming your skin that there's something wrong. And they just want to put it to sleep with this medicine so that it can't do its job and thus not inflame your skin. A temporary fix, but you're just suppressing the natural function of the body, your immune system. Started asking my wife, with these injections, what if he gets a cold? Is his immune system's going to be suppressed? Is he going to be more vulnerable to, greater sicknesses or stuff like that? But the doctor, the dermatologist, never brought that as a concern. Of course, we never asked him anyway. Been watching a lot of videos on Dr. Robert Morse, M-O-R-S-E. He's not a nutritionist. He's not. I don't think he's a medical doctor. But he's like doctors of natural cures, with herbs and But he seems to know a lot about the human body and how it functions. You can learn a lot more about him in his videos, than going to your doctor that's not specialized in, the skin and skin issues, a general practitioner. But for that fact, even a dermatologist, which supposedly studies that about the skin and all that, and really they don't do anything except try to inject you with cortisones and Dr. Moore says, like in his videos, he's like neurosterotransmitter enzymes is not the problem. I mean, it's you can't try to suppress natural function of the body. Okay, so it all goes down to your digestion, the lymph nodes, your endocrine system, your kidneys, your liver, and all of that. Watch those videos. It really gives you a lot of information as far as how the body works and what regulates hormones and stuff like that, and what causes issues, especially with like the skin and other things as well. But ultimately, he says like everything that you can imagine, from eczema, arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, tumors, whatever you can think of, whatever illness or disease, it all starts with the thyroid, because the thyroid regulates every single cell in the human body. Okay, everything is regulated by the thyroid. And then after that, depending on what the issue is, whether stress or pain, then the thyroid sends different transmitter, hormones to, let's say the adrenals, and those then take over and produce cortisone or whatever. But I was telling my wife, why do they, if these doctors, for all we know, it could be a problem with his digestion and his adrenals. But the doctor just wants to, or his thyroid as well, but his doctor prescribes those cortisones and stuff. They don't see it as, hey, his body's supposed to be producing these things, and it's not for some reason. But they don't do further tests to see if maybe his, thyroid is clogged, his kidneys, are stuck. I mean, his system that flushes all the waste is, backed up or something, because the body is like a sewage, has like a sewage system, okay? Toxins and stuff that we eat every day, it really affects us in a bad way, and most everything is acid-based. And, Dr. Morse tells you have to alkalize your body too, because, like cancer, bacteria, parasites, everything else, illness can't live in an alkaline environment. Everything's with the toxins, and the way we eat nowadays, it is like everything we eat is acid based. Okay, so it's important to alkalize our body here and there too. Magnesium too, to take zinc, magnesium. Things that you can barely find in the things that we eat nowadays. Because the earth is depleted. No wonder they have to inject all these vitamins and artificial vitamins and stuff to the produce that they grow and whatever, because the earth is depleted. You don't get a lot of the minerals nowadays that you used to back, in the olden days, But anyway, for parents that have kids with the eczema, I know you can't find a cure, because there's, even doctors disagree about what it could be. But you go to your doctor, he's just going to give you steroid creams, Watch those videos. Dr. Robert Morse really starts getting you thinking into other parts of your body that could be the cause of the eczema. It could be several issues: digestion, with the stomach, toxins, the thyroid, or adrenal glands, and you'll actually see that everything that we do nowadays really clogs us up, from the desserts that we eat, the foods, especially the proteins and the gluten. Get your kids away from proteins, and at least the animal proteins. You're eating dead carcasses, rotting flesh. Man was not meant to eat meats, okay? You can get proteins from vegetables too, fruits and vegetables. You can get proteins. Of course, you have to eat more of them, but of course, it's healthier. And the proteins in vegetable life acts differently in the body than the proteins from animal, the animal proteins. So look into that, and get your kids away from animal meats as much as you can. Okay, you can't just wean them off of, But I'll tell you what. Before we went to the doctor, or before the general practitioner, referred us to the dermatologist, I suspect that it could be some allergens, not causing the eczema, but actually making it worse on my boy. So I told my wife, I'm going to take him off regular milk. I'm going to take him off cow's milk. I'm going to take him off meats, all these preservatives, because he used to eat corn dogs, pizza, all these things, wieners and stuff like that. That's just trash, and I took him off for a little over 2 weeks. My boy started clearing up, okay, and he cleared up for let's say 2 or 3 days, I would say. All of a sudden, like never before, he started clearing up almost completely. Then one morning I went to check up on him in his bed, and his face was starting to break out again. Well, I was, felt let down, like I was like, oh man, it didn't work or whatever. I went to the kitchen. In the trash I saw a corn dog stick. When he woke up, I asked him, hey son, did you eat something last night? He's like, yeah, I was hungry, so I ate a corn dog. I was like, there it is. The corn dog started irritating him again. By the afternoon, his mom made him pizza. By nightfall, he was broken up, blotches everywhere in his face. And I'm like, this may not be causing the eczema. Maybe it is, okay? But if it's not wholly responsible for it, at least it's one of the things that I know that irritates it and makes it even worse. So get your kids off the gluten, okay? Get your kids off of animal meats, animal proteins. Just slowly try to wean them. I'm not taking my boy I haven't taken him off completely off of meats. But I've taken him off a lot of the TV dinners and, the harsher stuff. I still make him roast, in the oven or whatever, in the slow cooker. Just limit him a little bit on the meat. Try to push more vegetables and a lot of fruit into him. I buy almond milk for him. No more of the regular gallon of cow's milk. Okay. He used to eat a lot of turkey bacon, and I thought that was healthier than pork bacon, which of course we don't eat pork. But even the turkey bacon, that's animal protein. So now he used to eat a whole pack of turkey bacon every day. So now I limit him to maybe 2 or 3 slices, a lot of fruit, almond milk, and just trying to limit his sugars too as well. I give him a little bit of zinc here and there. On the days that I don't give him zinc, I give him a little sip of baking soda in a little bit of water. Not too much, just enough so he can taste the saltiness of the baking soda. Helps keep the body alkalized a little bit better, from the stuff that he still eats that it's, not good. And so yeah, that's just a testimony for me. It seems to be helping a lot. Of course, the dermatologist recommended CeraVe, supposedly a good lotion. We were buying Arm & Hammer. Was it Arm & Hammer eczema? I think it's Arm & Hammer. One of those, but eczema. About $8 a small tube. Because it has oatmeal, whatever. $8 a small tube. Okay, whatever. We bought tons of those. Just to keep his skin lubricated. When it would really get bad, we would apply the CeraVe. CeraVe for a small tube is almost like $11. Okay, very expensive. But that's what the dermatologists have recommended. And you read behind it, and it says that almost 50% of that is petroleum jelly. So I'm like, that's the same. It's very sticky, and it sticks to your skin for a long time. But that's Vaseline, petroleum Vaseline does the same thing. So I'm like, I don't think we should be buying that if it's mostly Vaseline. Besides, I figured that if his body's trying to get rid of toxins, and as they're coming out that's burning his skin, uh, the last thing you want to do is really clog those pores with Vaseline so that those toxins are unable to come out. Okay? Sure, it helps with the redness, of course, so the skin don't get any more cracked or whatever, but you don't want to clog those pores. So anyway, that's just a testimony for me. Maybe I'll add a little bit more if I find something later. You might want to check out some videos on Charlotte Gerson too. She's also like not a nutritionist, but herbologist or something like that. She's got some good videos about how animal proteins are bad for you. But check out Dr. Robert Moore's videos. Just type Robert Moore's eczema, and he'll talk a little bit about this, but more he'll talk more about let's say the thyroid, adrenal glands, and stuff like that inside your body, your inner works, which of course he'll show you how it all ties up to any skin that you can experience, okay? Any disease that you can experience, okay, including eczema. So, I've really been watching his videos, for parents that really see no other hope or whatever. You might want to check them out, okay? Won't do you any, bad, and at least you'll learn some stuff for sure, okay? Okay, till next time. Okay, bye.